everyone, and welcome to RPG Night with Sass Vol.2. Oh boy. My name is Peach Quiche and I play Marasi. Oh boy. So, I'm still on trial. That is still ongoing. We're on phase 2, in which Falar and Ayan are both supposed to testify against me. Oh joy. So we'll see what this rapidly gaining terrible nicknames head of the Mages College, actually. No, it's not. I'm sorry. Their counterpart would be. This is basically the person in charge of the council, the High Council head, which is just lovely. She's apparently out to get me for some reason. I think I know why, but we'll see. All right, so let's hop back in and see what's going on.
Cookie!
Cookie.
Liz told me to.
I did, actually. Is it delicious?
What kind of cookie was it?
Chocolate chip.
Excellent.
About bigger than the size of my palm. So.
Ooh, that reminds me, I've got
Fantastic.
homemade
You know what they
peanut
say
butter in
about
the
guys with
kitchen.
small hands? They get big cookies.
Or they get elected president.
I do think that I could be better than our current president. So.
Sorry, what?
I think Magnus's
Something.
response is the best. Mario Death Theme.
Hello,
That's just
Rafi.
amazing. Hi, I'm back. Welcome.
I noticed.
Hello!
Hello.
So we're talking about cookies. I like cookies.
We are. And I'm drinking chicken broth that is way too hot.
Oh.
It's fine. I can burn my mouth.
Okay. All right, DM,
Could
you're in
make
charge.
comment, not going to.
Wait a minute. I'm in charge?
Well, you're DMing
Yes.
this thing, aren't
That
you?
sounds fake.
I'm wondering why Liz rolled D4.
You don't need to know.
What
He knows
is-
why.
What?
You don't need to
When
know.
was this? Just now? It was just now. What did you roll?
You
a D4
don't-
for?
Just now.
You don't need to know. You don't need to know.
Oh, yes.
No, you don't.
I think I need to know.
No, you don't need to know. We're moving
Story
on.
time! Story
See you
time!
later.
Story time. Story time. Rossi's going to die a horrible death if
Hey,
she does
hey,
not
hey,
get off
hey.
the trial. No, if she does not get off this trial.
This is
Let
abuse
me
of power.
finish my statement. Marasi's going to die if she doesn't get off this
Abuse.
accusation.
I object
No, it's
strenuously.
not. It's a true statement. It's a true statement. We've already talked about this. If she gets off the accusations, then everything's fine.
Abuse of power.
I
wanna get off Noodle's wild ride.
Anyway, my wonton soup is good. I'm now going to open the Chinese container, and if it's loud, I'm sorry because I'm gonna mute, and you shouldn't be able to hear it anyway.
You admit it. You are not sorry about opening that package.
Hey, Mosey's in chat.
Hey,
Hey, Mosey
Mosey.
Mon.
Have not seen Mosey in a while.
He decided to mosey on down.
You and your shitty puns.
And the other Vis has been. I think it's
Not
supposed to
us.
be.
Do not
Maybe
collect
not Vistas,
$200.
but Villa's been burned down since I left. No, we haven't burned anything else down since you left. I don't think.
Good.
No.
And besides Road Castle.
We most certainly have.
Yeah. Row Castle's burned down.
I'm going
This
to
is
push
true.
the talk so
But
I
we
can
didn't
eat.
do that.
So if I don't respond right away, I have
Okay.
something in my mouth.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, Row Castle burned down. Let's see what else burned down since he's gone. Actually, nothing else yet has burned
Yeah,
down.
see? We behaved.
Fucking Lingo!
No, we did
No,
not.
no. No, the party did not burn down Row Castle.
And we didn't burn down
Uh,
Lindau either.
We didn't. Row Castle didn't even burn, it exploded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Window is the one that burned down.
Yes, and Rem did it.
Yes. We did kill the king, though, and his court wizard, because they were not nice people.
Oh hey, I found an emoticon that's a dragon.
Hey!
Hey, look at that.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
I'm good at
beautiful.
segues.
should we just name that the Aeon?
I didn't think Aeon was green.
Aeon was
Wait.
gold.
Aeon's gold.
Aeon's
Okay.
green
Aeon's
now.
magnificent and gold and
What
shiny.
is the truth?
Aeon is using minor illusion to turn her skin green. For the
Oh, I would
purposes of
absolutely love it if you would allow Aeon to cast magic. Is it canon now? It's canon now. Lasagna, I request canon.
Oh my god.
Now you've done
Oh crap. See what part
One of them is Firebolt.
so
Don't be ridiculous. pseudo dragons can't cast fireballs.
So
They
what
can
I'm
cast meteor swarms instead.
Heck yeah.
So what I'm hearing here is Aeon is about to become the death and destruction of the party when the next fireball is cast. Got it. I'm approving of this.
Great.
Haven't been
As long
talking
as you
about that.
follow through.
Listen, this party has a rich history with fireballs, right?
I don't want to talk about it.
Now.
People responsible have been killed.
Or
Ah.
I'm not dead yet. We're fine.
I'm getting better.
Right.
I hope so. My life is in Octaya and Wimtoss's hands.
Yeah.
I trust
Speaking
you guys
of.
implicitly.
Yeah, speaking of impending doom and gloom and destruction and whatnot, let's get today's session of RPG night with Sass or whatever the fuck time it is because I don't care anymore. Apparently,
It's
about the
night
time.
somewhere.
Who needs time? It's night somewhere in the world. Yeah, exactly. It's night somewhere in the world. Therefore, it's RPG night with Sass. That works. I'm good with this. Just like somewhere it's happy hour somewhere in the world, right? Exactly.
Okay, I can go find the whiskey.
I have no problem with this.
Excellent. Although I probably should keep my wits about me as I need to defend myself later, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, maybe just a bit. So where did we leave off? Oh yes, we finished up the first part of the trial in which you were given the timeline of Marassi's crimes. Crimes against the elven people. I'll actually restate those for everybody in here, just in case you don't have the notes for it or forgot about it. There was an incident a few days before Marassi's exile, which they are calling her Nira, and have referred to her as Nira this entire time. She at some time went into what was a public library, but went into a restricted section of it, restricted against those who are not high up the food chain. The restricted section, as in that place, that plot place that starts all the animes. And exciting things happen. You know, those sort of places. She picked up a book. She opened it. She basically took a book. She basically picked up a book. Something exciting happened, and she got caught red-handed. This book was apparently a source of great potential evil. She was taken in for questioning at that point. Which point she was exiled, and somewhere between that point and the exile, somehow that same book became missing from that library, and it has been pinned on Marassi, aka Nira. Effectively, that's what her crimes boil down to. Let's see. As far as anything else that happened during the session, I hope y'all took good notes. You prepped for the second portion, for the second phase of the trial. Let's see here. Oh, yes. And when you arrive back in the chambers, Marassi, there are two people that you were a little surprised to see on the prosecution side of the evidence list. Two people you consider your closest friends and allies, sitting over there. Think you know who I'm referring to. And we are beginning the second phase of the trial here today. Oh, and lest I forget, Octaya Esquire is the defense's, or at least Aw, that's adorable, by the way. That is adorable.
Don't get distracted by me. Go on, go on.
Too late. So, Marasi had named Octaya and Wimtos as the ones who would defend her in this trial. So, with that said, let's begin the second phase of the trial, shall we? At this point, as I finish pulling up all my things and stuff, give me just a moment as I pull up. I think I need that one. Yes.
Things and stuff. How exciting.
Yes, things and stuff. So if I remember correctly, we all ended up where everybody was seated at their respective positions. All the council had come back in. Yes, that's correct. Okay. Let's see. We have Helema addressing the elder Ralia. Is the prosecution ready to proceed? Ralia nods, says nothing. Helema turns to you, Octaya. Are you ready to proceed?
Sure. Yes, ma'am.
Then let us begin. Ralia, I believe the right of first witness belongs to you. Ralia puts down a stack of papers. I apologize in advance if this is an unusual step as a first step for the court, but you'll understand as I present this case. Hang on just one moment. I'm trying to remember who he was going to call first. Give me just a second. I have a lot of notes today. Bear with me.
You're good.
Bear with me. I want to make sure I do this in order too. So,
I have returned.
excellent. Your timing is good.
Also, Arcana, F off with your dad joke.
Oh, come on now.
Absolutely not.
I call Hayan to the stand. He ain't wasting any time. Cold look on his face, Hayan stands up, walks about normal pace over to the in front of the bench, directly facing both sides. He stands actually directly underneath Helema. Hayan, would you speak in regards to the events prior to Nira's arrival at the library? Han begins to recall the events that took place. Yes, you see, I found some disturbing research in the course of my studies. Research involving various, shall we say, sources of power. These sources of power that, if collected together, could bring great devastation to our lands. I brought this matter to the attention of my direct superior, who would not hear much of any of it and dismissed it as rumor. Ralia cuts off Han at that point. Stick to the facts in regards to this story, not anything else. Han gives kind of a cold look over at Ralia. As you wish. I asked for Nira to fetch some books for me over at the library, as I was busy in the middle of my research. And the next thing I knew, in terms of what happened, I didn't get my books. And within days, Nira was exiled. For what reason, I do not know. At least not until you came and said something about it. When you, and Ralia speaks again, when you told her to find some books, what books were you specifically looking for? Han answers, I told her that the books that I was looking for was in a very specific portion of the library. Ralia cuts him off immediately. Do you know which section of the library it was? Han confirms and explains what portion of the library it is. It would actually be in a portion of the library that is on the complete opposite side of the restricted area. I see. So you did not instruct her to go to that restricted area whatsoever. Is this true? Han nods. Ralia turns to Helema. I reserve the right to continue this interrogation until after the defense speaks. And he sits down, or she sits down. Helema then recognizes Octaya as the next one to speak.
All right. So Octavia will approach. Will stand up. She won't approach anywhere, and she will look at the witness and ask him. You mentioned that you tried to speak to your superior about this. Who was your superior at that?
At the time, my superior. What? I'm going to type this name out, by the way.
All right.
Give me just a second. That's the name of the direct superior. Marasi and Octaya, both, only the two of you. Actually, neither of you would have to make this check, as that person is actually in the hall. That is one of the successors in the hall. Yes, that one is on the list. You would recognize this person. Keeper of the Great Library. At that time was not.
Right. Can we request him as a witness?
Is that being asked to OOC?
Yes.
Okay. That would be for phase 3 of the trial. But yes, you could,
Okay.
but not yet.
All right. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll make a note of the name.
Okay.
And she will ask, do you remember anyone talking to Nira that day other than yourself about these books?
Not that wasn't secondhand accounts that I can't verify myself. I asked her to help me in gathering some books, but after that, I had no contact with her, and within 2 days she was exiled, and Actually, that was the last time I ever saw her in the Elven Lands until just yesterday.
Okay. And to confirm, you did not see her go into the library or go into the restricted section.
I was not. I was not anywhere near the library at that time. I was in my home doing research.
All right, thank you. Archaea will reserve the same rights that Ryla has.
Okay. Ryla stands up. I have no further need of this witness.
Does one of us have any questions for the witness?
I do not.
Cool. Okay, I'm done with it too.
Halema looks towards Hayan. Thank you for your cooperation, Hayan. You may have a seat now. Hayan walks back and has a seat over on the over in the prosecution side of the witness list. Halema then turns towards Octaya and says, "Now it is your turn. If you wish to call a witness of your own, or you may allow the prosecution to present their full case before you call your first witness."
I want to hear the prosecution's case before I present witness.
Very well. Ralia, the floor is yours. Ralia stands up again. Yeah, I would agree. That's probably a good decision. That's probably a very, very good decision. Hang on, just a second. I call Falar. As my next witness. Falar walks very, very slowly up to the same place that Hian was standing. Clearly distraught and not happy at this particular moment. State your name. My name is Falar. And what is your relationship with the defense? What does this have to do with the case again? Ralia continues to speak. You will state your relationship with the defense. I don't see why that would have anything to do with any of these proceedings. Why would I have to? And then Ralia cuts him off. You will answer the question as I have asked. What is your relationship with the defense?
Oh, see, defense or defendant?
Defendant, sorry. Yes, defendant.
I'm like, I don't know this kid from Adam.
Defendant, yeah. Falara looks back towards Halema with a equally annoyed and scared look on his face. Helema looks over towards Ralia. The council would appreciate it if you do not scare the child. However, your question is granted. You must answer the question. Falar answers, I'm her... Well, at one time we were betrothed, set to be married after we passed our rites of adulthood, and then all this happened. And when you say all this, what exactly are you referring to? What do you mean by all this? Well, whatever you're accusing her of, the fact that she was exiled from here, like, what even happened? Like, why would you take her away from all of us, from me? Why would you do this? Ralia just picks up her papers. She kind of shuffles through them a little bit. Oh, I don't know. If your betrothed was going to slaughter the entire elven culture that we've built here, wouldn't you see that person sent as far away from here as possible? On a scale of 1 to I'm gonna fucking murder her, Marasi, how bad is that stare right now? How bad is it? How cold is that stare? I'm sensing it. There it is. There it is. There it is. Oh, not to worry. You don't have to answer that. I'm just a hypothetical. We're just sticking to the facts here. Speaking of facts, can you tell me about the last time that you saw Mira before she was exiled? Yeah. I met her, and she was going to the library supposedly to help my friend get some books. And when you say friend, you're referring to... And he kind of just looks over at Hayan. I'm talking about my friend Hayan over there. He asked for books, and she said she was going to get some books for Hayan. Ah, very good. So you would agree that she was, the last time you saw her, she was heading to the library then, is that correct? Yes. And then I never saw her again, at least not till recently. Okay. When the two of you were talking, did you notice anything different about her? What do you mean? What do you mean different? Well, was she of her right state of mind? Did she look distracted? Did she look like she was under the influence of a spell? Did she look like... And immediately Hayan puts his hands on a bench and starts to stand up and thinks twice about it. And takes his hands off the bench.
Well,
Ralia pauses. Oh, hey, there is a Mao. I didn't know if you were going to make it today.
I was running late on a few things I had to take care of today, but I'm here
You have had a busy week. I understand.
I can explain that later. Let's get going.
Yeah. So we're mid-session right now. So
All right.
not to worry. Rolia looks at Helema. For the record, Helema, I've changed my mind. I will be calling Hayen back to the stand after all. Next phase. I will submit that paperwork later. But continuing with Falar, Falar, can you answer the question? Did you notice anything different with Marasi, or with Nira?
What is the truth?
The truth is, we're all dead.
Well, now that you mention it, she was looking like she was in a bit of a hurry that day. We didn't talk very much. She said she would talk to me. I mean, we talked for a few minutes, but she told me she would talk later. But she looked like she was in a hurry. Said it was very important that she got there quickly. Did she look like she was under the influence of any spell, anything of that sort? Not that I could tell. Then again, that's not something I would look for, but not with her. But that's what are you insinuating? I'm not insinuating anything. I'm just looking for the truth myself. I am simply looking to see what would have caused this chain of events. I'm simply looking to prove that the chain of events that happen is about to lead to the potential destruction of our entire race. Falar shouts at Ralia. She would never do that. That's not the type of person she is. You know damn well she's not that type of person. At which point, Helema pounds her fist on the desk. We will have order in this session. Thank you. Oh, you better be thankful for that second roll, because goddamn, that would have been a crit fail. Oh, disposition is pissed. Oh, if that nat one would have carried over, oh boy. Then again, could you blame him at that point? Probably not. Ralia states, I have no further need of this witness, and I do not reserve the right to retain this witness. Octaya, your witness.
Oh boy. Okay. This is all it was. See. So she will ask him, did you see Nira walk into the library with your own eyes?
Yes, I did. We were not but 1,000 yards from the library when we bid each other farewell. She did walk into the library. I just thought I would meet her, back at Hand's place after everything was done.
Okay. And did you see her talk to anyone before she entered the library?
No, actually, I left and left right after.
So you did see her enter the library without talking to anyone.
Yes, actually. There was very clearly nobody else that talked with her.
Alright. Was there anyone that watched her walk into the door?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, as soon as she went...
Yourself?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, once she went in, I went home.
Alright. And what time of day did you see her walking to the library?
It was... I remember it being... Well, the sun wasn't up. Hang on a second. Well, the sun wasn't up. It hadn't gone down much long after that. I would say probably early evening. I mean, it was still open. The library was still open at that time, but... Or at least open to those that were a member of the Mages Guild. It was not open to the public, but it was open to the, Mages Guild students at that time.
Okay. And do you remember Heian saying that he would be needing books for his research?
I don't know. That's what Marasi told me.
She told you specifically that she was going in there to get books for Heian.
Yes.
Alright. Wimtoss, do you have any questions?
No, I do not.
The defense reserves the right to call back this witness.
Okay. When you're saying reserves the right, because the prosecution did not
if we need him for the third.
Okay,
phase.
there you go. That's what I was going to ask you. Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that plan. Yes. Can we do that?
I'm gonna ask, be real careful with this, because this is getting a little close to meta. Let's be careful. Let's be careful with that. We're just scampering. No, it's fine. Like, I understand. Just be real careful with that is all I'm saying. Rolia stands up. I do object to this motion. What purpose would you need to see my witness in your chambers?
I didn't say that yet.
Okay. What have you said so far?
I said that I might need him for the third phase.
What possibly... Well, he's assuming right now.
Okay. She,
yeah. She's assuming.
I don't know. That's why I said reserves the right, not demand.
Helema speaks up at this point. If the defense can come up with a valid witness reason, then I see no problem here. I would need, of course, in your witness list when you present it after this phase. If you can provide a valid reason, I see no problem here. But again, we must follow the rules of the law set before us.
Artayo will bow to the chair and say, of course.
The chair nods. The mimic also nods. No, just kidding. The desk also nods. No, but seriously.
We executed the desk. It was a great day at court.
Pardons were had by all. No. Okay. don't have kangaroos in this court, only mimics. You damn right.
What if the kangaroo is a mimic?
Oh, that's a fantastic question. What if the kangaroo is a mimic? The Fuller returns to his seat. What a twist. Aurelia stands up again. I call forth my next witness. The very book in Nira's possession. So basically we have a session of Beauty and the Beast breaking out today. Is that what's happening? Yes, the book is a witness. The book is a witness. Do you have a problem with this?
Well, the book is evidence.
Yeah.
The book is a witness. Evidence and witness are used interchangeably.
Evidentiary witness.
All right. Then.
Evidence and witness is used interchangeably in this language.
Right.
Yeah. As I mentioned last session.
Yeah, it's an evidentiary witness.
So we need to ask the book questions. Read my lips. Anyway. Grabs one of the guards stands. Nice try on that. Nice try, Petrie. Nice try. Can I speak for the book? I'll be a character witness for the book. Let's see. What am I? Oh, right. One of the guards stands next to Marasi, hands out as if waiting for the book to be handed to him. Obviously, Marasi's in chains and cannot hand the book over, but Octaya or Wimtoss could.
Octavia will.
Okay. Octaya hands the book to the guard. The guard takes the book. Ooh, I just realized. Hold on. Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting.
Oh boy.
The guard holds the book in. Yes, I done did the thing. Holds the book, or holds the book so that Aurelia can see the book. Is this the book you're referring to? Aurelia nods. Let's start there, by the way. I have to wait for this to happen first.
Hey Liz, I'm just wondering, this is the same boat that Madness has, right? Well, it's the same
it has
sort of
the
boat,
mark.
right?
You have no idea.
Yeah, those marks that y'all mentioned before. Yeah, it has one of those marks on it, as does Wimtoss. Not Wimtoss's. Magnus's book. Yes.
Right, because that book, our character, that boat said that he felt compelled to keep onto it, right? And I'm just remembering from last session, that we dispelled that particular curse on the book, did we not?
On which book?
Petrie's current book, no?
Yes. Actually, that's a fair point. You did actually dispel it. Scratch that, Marasi. You don't have to make that check. We did actually. Yes, that was correct. It was actually dispelled.
The curse is
It was a specific remove curse spell that was used on it. It was specifically a remove curse. The roll is now wiped. The roll is retconned, by the way, Petrie. Yeah, the roll is still retconned, though. Let's see. Ralia continues to speak. This is... Wait. Guard, can you bring that closer to me, please?
Objection.
The guard brings it close. Objection? What's the objection?
The book does not need to be brought closer to the prosecutor.
Can they give a good reason for it?
I offer a compromise. I offer a compromise. If you do not wish me to come closer to the book, I can have one of my chairs go closer to the book, as there's something very specific that needs to be inspected upon the book to verify that it is the book that I'm asking for. Two specific markings.
And why can the defense not verify these markings?
The first marking I can see quite clearly right there. And is pointing at the marking that you already know of. Get a spy checkers. The second marking is inside the book. And I would have one of my mages protect themselves in order to check the marking on the inside of the book. It would be on the inside cover specifically. That is the only thing we are checking inside the book. Nothing else will be checked. Nothing else will be looked at. That is all we ask to verify that this is the book.
All right.
If the defense drops their objection, then please proceed. The second chair stands up.
There it is. Okay, good.
The second chair stands up and walks closer to the book and casts a spell.
Do I recognize this spell?
You can roll Arcana on this.
Not again.
The spell is cast upon herself, by the way. No. The spell is cast upon herself.
Wait, isn't a spell of instant validation?
The spell that has been cast is the spell that's being cast is only to protect herself from the curse associated with this book.
All right.
And nothing more. I know where you're going with this.
Okay.
Yeah, the OOC explanation is she is casting a spell on herself. It is recognized as such, and that this spell is only to protect herself from being caused harm by the book.
All right.
Can we have this explained in the...
Yes, it will be explained in character, yes.
Yeah, because this sounds like something like Kaya would adapt to in character anyway.
Yeah, so before a spell is cast, then, we'll just do it this way. Before the spell is cast, the second chair speaks to Helema. I'm going to cast a spell on myself to protect myself from the dark magics of the book. Helema nods. As long as it is cast on yourself, I see no problem not to proceed. She casts it upon herself, opens the book, and only opens to look at the inside of the front cover. This is not the book that we seek.
this reaction.
Ralia's eyebrow raises. Like, you said what? My elder, I'm sorry. This is not the book that we seek. This is a different book. What book does she have then? I know not, but this is not the book. This is not the book that. This is not the book that you were referring to in the charges. What book is that? I can't help it, just an insatiable book thief. Oh, okay, go ahead.
What book this is not relevant to the case, only the fact that it is not the book you were looking
at. Ralia counters, if this is a book that belonged to the Grand Library or the Great Library, then it would be relevant to the case.
I will testify that it is not.
Helema considers. Looks more in the direction of Ralia. Define how it would be important to your case if this book belonged to the library. There's Ralia continues to speak. There's certain books that if they were to escape these lands, that they could potentially cause great harm to our people, especially if they were in the hands of, well, our sworn enemies of Rem. If she were to have stolen any one of the objects, it would be the equivalent of sealing that book as it is. If she has one of those books in her possession, then I would consider the charge to be equal to the charge of sealing that book. If that is not the book in her possession, we would be more than happy to amend the charge to stealing the theft of that particular object, and would still be able to lay out the same timeline. Helema turns towards the defense. And what say you, Octaya?
Just out of curiosity, can the people in the back whispering, okay, I see.
I'm confused as well. What do you mean? Like, out of character, can you repeat what you just said?
Yes. So what they're saying here is they are saying that there are other objects within that library that are just as dangerous as the book they have accused.
Right, and they're saying that this is one of those books?
There's one of those objects. That book might be one of those objects, but they need to examine it further. They are requesting that ability to examine it further.
I'll continue my objection because,
okay,
like I said, I will testify myself that this is not a book from the library. And it is not relevant to this case.
Okay. I will withhold judgment. This is Helema speaking. I will withhold judgment on whether or not this book can be used as evidence. I would hear the defense's argument. You say that it does not come from the library?
Correct. I will testify that it came from a sorcerer in Row.
I would hear this story if you would.
Can we just fast forward that I told her the entire story?
Yes, you can.
Cool. There you go.
Yes, you can.
Boom.
So you say that you found it on a corrupt high wizard of a kingdom, the kingdom that Rim itself invaded.
Correct.
And when you found this book, when you found this sorcerer, this wizard, did they have possession of the book before Rim got involved or after?
I am unable to answer that question, for I don't know.
What she is asking you here is, did you see the wizard prior to Rim showing up, or was Rim there before you showed up?
Windtoss, can you answer that part?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
When you had that battle with the King of Ro, the wizard, all that stuff, were you there prior to Rim being there, or was Rim there before you were there at that battle site?
He's talking about when we nuked the wizard.
Yes, that.
I believe we were there before.
Before. I see. And are you aware of any contact with? Are you aware of any contact that Rim may have had directly with the Ro King or Wizard prior to then?
No.
I'm gonna let Windtoss take this. I will be right back.
Okay. Yeah, this is why we have multiple people. Yeah, and okay.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. I see. At this moment, I must rule in favor of the defense unless you can present evidence that Rose somehow had contact with Rim before some form of or if unless you can prove that somehow that Ro had some form of contact with Rim, that Ro was able to pull something off like this, unless you can prove that, I'm afraid I'm going to have to side with the defense on this one. That the book is not material to this, as it was not in the possession, at least this book at least was not in her possession prior to. Now, can you present evidence that proves otherwise? Ralia gives off a very annoyed look. No, I cannot. Very well then. Then I side in the favor of the defense on this. The book presented here is stricken from the record and will be returned to its rightful owner. The guard then returns the book to Marasi, or excuse me, returns the book to Octaya, and resumes his post. We'll wait before anything else happens. I want Octaya to react to that. So we'll just take a couple minutes. No, not at this particular moment. Not at this particular moment. There is a section. There will be a time where you can get involved like that, but not just yet. The back rows can do some stuff, but not just yet. Actually, I'll let Octaya react to that in a bit. Prosecution will now call their next witness. I call forth current successor, Alauthan. Successor Alauthan takes the place to be interrogated. Alauthan, please state your role for the record. Yes, I'm the keeper of the Great Library, successor to Vamir. But at the time of the incident, what was your role at that time? At the time, I was just a standard librarian, not the successor that I am now. Great. So at that time, to confirm, you were considered a direct superior to Heian. Is this correct? Yes, this is correct. One could say that I still am to this day. Maybe not direct, but one layer separated between us. But yes. Okay. In the night in question, you had a conversation with Nira. Is this correct? Yes, I had a conversation with Nira inside the library, actually. Nira came to me and said that she was looking for some particular books. Did she say which books she was looking for? Yes, in fact, she asked for some very, very specific books. I directed her to those books, actually. In fact, I believe you have that list of books, correct? Yes, in fact, I do have those books. Those books would be listed in the witness list. I will not need to call those books. These 3 books are simply stated as evidence or stated as witnesses that support the witness testimony as we speak. Now then, after you assisted Marasi in finding these books, what happened next? Well, what happened next was, I believe, you and I, actually, you came in not long after her. We had a quick talk. You asked me to find her, and where I had directed her to the library, she was not there. But the books that I had directed her to were not there as well. And what happened next? Well, she had not checked out of the library at that point, so I figured maybe her research might have led her to another location. So I went looking for her, and I believe you did as well. Is that not correct? Yes, I believe that is correct. We both went searching for her. Were you able to find her, though? No, I don't believe I was the one to find her. I believe you were the one to find her. And when I did find her, can you state for the record what you saw at that time? Yes, as far as I could tell, you had restrained Marasi coming out of the restricted area of the library. To what end, I don't know, but you had definitely restrained her and were bringing her out of very clearly the restricted area of the library. Thank you, that will be all. The prosecution reserves the right to further interrogate this witness. Octaya, your witness. By the way, the book that Marasi's that you handed to the guard has been handed back to you at this time.
Excellent, excellent. Okay.
And the judge sided in favor of you, unless the prosecution can prove that Roe was in some form of contact with either Rem or can be proven that they infiltrated Vedwi Estelle to get the book themselves, or had some way of basically somehow putting the book in Marasi's hands before, basically some form of external influence. Unless they can prove external influence in some way, shape, or form that affected Marasi, the evidence, any evidence with that book is thrown out the window. It is not valid. They could not prove it at that particular moment, therefore the evidence was thrown out.
Cool. So Artaya will... I don't know, question this witness by asking him, oh god, what did Hayan, I'm sorry, out of character, what did Hayan say? Yes, his direct supervisor. Oh, wait, okay, got it. For the record, can you state why you did not, why you simply refused to teach Hayan these magics that he was questioning about that night?
Oh, see, wait, come again?
You remember how when Hayan was testifying, he was talking about, dangerous things or something? And he went and asked his supervisor about it.
Okay, just making sure that we have the correct timeline here. Yes, okay.
Okay.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Yeah.
Can he state why he didn't teach his student?
He was asking about some very hypothetical and potentially dangerous magics. First off, I would be the wrong person to teach such magics, even if I would agree to it. And despite that, I found his level of questioning to be very concerning. I consulted with, at that time, the successor, who suggested not to allow the pursuit of that magic. Research could be done on it, but the actual practical application I was not to assist with.
And did you ban him from going to the library and looking for books on this subject?
No, I did not ban him. It would have been my successor that would have had that right. From what I know, no ban was placed upon him to do his own research. He was not banned as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I was aware, but that's not my right to ban anyone. Not mine. It would have been the successors at that point. Since becoming the Keeper of the Great Library, I have not banned him from any of the public sections of the library.
Right, and do you think he might have been afraid that had he looked further into things, he would have been punished or somehow chastised?
Punished? Don't think so. Chastised, perhaps. But that is a question that I would not be able to answer. If anyone were to chastise him, it would not have come from me.
So you're not able to answer whether your student at the time would have been chastised for a part of his stuff?
That's not what I said. I said I would not have chastised him.
Do you think someone above you would have?
I would say that someone from a different school of thought would have chastised him.
And can you state who that person might have been?
possibly have been, possibly Oberon, who is the headmaster of the Mages College here. But more so, not so much the research side of it. Again, any looking into the practical application side of it was more what they were concerned about.
Right. So, do you have any inkling as to why Heian would have asked Nira instead of going himself to the library?
In this particular case, no, but I can speak in a more general sense. Would that suffice?
It would.
In a more general sense, Han is more of a driven individual. When he sees something that he wants, when he sees something that he wants or needs, he's the type of person that will stop at nothing to get it. My guess is if he sent someone else to get such important information, such important research, he would not have sent someone just for the sake of sending someone. He would have probably have been onto something. What that something is, I would not know. That would be something that would be more suited to those with a more practical understanding of magics.
Alright, and one final question. Did you see Nira the day that she was arrested?
Yes, in fact, I saw her walk into the library, as I stated before. I saw her walk into the library, assisted her in finding the books on her list, returned to my post within the library, and the next time I saw her, Ralia had restrained her, pulling her out of the restricted area, and it looked like she had caught Nira in the restricted area.
And when you saw Nira walk into the library, what time?
It was definitely after public hours. Mages College, it was about, I would say, not long after sunset. Would have probably been early evening. Yeah, early evening. Fairly quiet. So definitely after the time that public access was closed.
And
There were just oh, I'm sorry. There were just a couple of mages, like a couple of students from the Mages College who were in there. But other than that, that was it. Oh, and also Ralia later on.
Did it appear that Nira was under a spell when she walked in? Or when she was arrested, did it look like she had just come out from under a spell?
When she came in, no, I don't know. I don't know. At least I couldn't tell. At least I don't think so. When she came out of the restricted area, though, oh, she was definitely under the influence of multiple spells. One of them was the restraint. She definitely had a how shall I put it? It almost looked like she was paralyzed or stunned or something along those lines, and also it looked like she had almost as if she wasn't quite all there. Like almost like a glassy look over her eyes. I can't say if that was more or less a spell, but if I had to guess, probably so.
And did you see a book on her as she was being restrained?
No, I did not see a book on her. No, not on her. No.
Was there a book on Raleigh? Why are you clapping?
The DM applauds.
Oh boy.
Because of what I just said or what someone else did?
No, what Octaya just said.
Okay.
What Octaya just said, because we're getting somewhere.
I'm trying.
Yeah. Come to think of it, yes, actually, I think so. If I had to guess, it might have been. Usually, when somebody gets caught in the restricted area, usually the one that restrains the individual will take the item that they're caught with, or any items that they're caught with in there, and hold it for evidence, and then return it. It's standard procedure. Usually, it's run by either the keeper of the library, or by Vamir.
And in this case, can you confirm or deny that Ralia returned the book after it was no longer needed for evidence, or is she the one responsible for its disappearance and not?
I would have to check my logs, but with my logs, I would be able to confirm the exact day and time that it was returned. Would that be a problem? As Lathwin turns towards Halema. I see no problem with this.
I would very much like for that to come forward in the next phase. As for now, I am done with my questions. Thank you.
Halema speaks up at this point. I would prefer not to wait to the third phase on this one. I would like to see this evidence immediately.
That's fine with me, as soon as it's possibly done.
Ralia stands up. I have no objections to this.
Before we draw the logs, would it also be possible to see when the book has been checked out afterwards, immediately preceding this incident?
No one objects.
Let me edit that. The time before and after, immediately, to see who had been looking at.
Now you're talking about the book in question.
The book that Ralia had taken.
Got it.
From,
Got it.
See who had been looking at it before and who was looking at it after this incident.
Got it. Okay, just making sure. No one objects. Okay, a quick, basically, that doesn't take very long to produce. In fact, it takes a mere 10 minutes to produce that evidence.
Okay, during that, Octavia's gonna look back at Marassi.
At this time, you were mentioning hey, when can whispers happen? This would be a fantastic time.
So this is a recess of the court. Cool.
But
Cool.
you're not taken back to the chambers. They're keeping you in there.
We're
So
here,
Marassi
but
is still
it's a
restrained.
recess of the court.
Yeah, Marassi's still restrained and muted right now.
Right. Okay.
Anybody else is free to talk with counsel.
Hello, hit me.
As far as I can tell, they're running out of things to try her on. Whatever they're looking for in the first place, they don't have it.
Octavia will sit beside Marassi and offer her a handkerchief.
Now, this might just be me dozing off because
Okay, first,
it's a trial.
Then Octavia will dab her eyes. Sorry.
This might have been me just dozing off before bed, but I'm just curious. And they knew and they were looking for a specific book, and she did not have that specific book, then how did they know to look for that specific book? Essentially.
Someone else must have taken it then.
Yes, but I'm just asking why that specific book and not this particular.
Maybe because this book they didn't have. Or else this book wasn't in the record. Or they're looking for a convenient scapegoat.
I think scapegoat more likely option.
Indeed.
Nothing better than an exile to blame.
Does that mean this particular book was lost then? Before she stole the book? Or did they just lose it after she left the island? This makes no sense.
Don't think they want their case to make sense. So as I'm looking at it, they don't have a case at all. Not only do they verifiably show that she was not carrying that book out of the library, but the only time they saw her go in was the only time they saw her being hauled out.
You know, isn't it possible that we can just walk over there and pull him?
Sorry, say again?
Okay. We can just walk over to him and pull him over here.
Akai doesn't want to be accused of witness tampering.
Process walks over there and puts the elf here.
So wait, are you basically walking over to Falar, picking up Falar, putting Falar next to Marasi, and say, why don't y'all sort this out between yourselves? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I was going to say he was pulling him by the scruff of his neck, but what?
Oh.
I like your plan better. Let's go with your plan.
Because you're will simply state now, he is not associated with this group. He just doesn't.
Croesus, one small problem with this plan.
Yes.
As you take about 2 steps into, it's a whole bunch of halt. As you take about your second step into the prosecution side of the aisle. Multiple guards are in your general vicinity, arm's reach.
Okay. Not that plan then. Turns around, walks away.
I still need to reply to a whisper list. Damn.
Hang on, there's more coming. That will answer your question.
Yeah, but
Like, give me what you're looking to do, basically. Give me what you're looking to do.
because she was looking to, he would go to approach head guard lady and ask a few questions, one of which does pertain to the trial, but not the outcome.
You would be immediately rebuffed and unable to ask those questions as they are involved in the trial. she would deny answering any questions as a result. She has to maintain impartiality on this. Now,
Well,
if
this
it's
would
about
be
procedure-
impartiality.
Okay, is this about procedure or is this about other things about the trial?
The specific question he would ask is, regardless of if she's tried guilty or innocent, could she remain alive until after the vote?
Your vote of confidence is very weak, alright?
She cannot answer that question right now.
Damn.
In fact, she is not allowed to answer that question right now. By law.
Okay, and then my next question would be on procedure of
Procedure she can answer.
why is this trial being held now and not after the votes?
Because the defense has specifically stated that the two are tied together in some way, shape, or form. If the defense is capable of proving that, this could potentially change some minds. It would be more evidence. It would explain reasoning as to why we have evidence and why and what evidence is available to us to make the best decision possible for our people.
Well, outside my knowledge, I know of only one reason. That she would actually be connected to the vote, and it's that she doesn't want to go to war.
Say that one more time.
Kojiro would tell her that Nira came here for some reason to stop you from going to war. That's her only connection to the vote. That I know of.
Are you saying that the defense is unable to make any form of connection between the two? Is that what you're basically saying?
I'm saying that if they do, it might be best to question it. I'm not calling anyone a liar.
OOC, define this.
Out of character, Kojiro only knows that Mira's only connection to the trial is that she doesn't, well, not trial, but to the vote, is she doesn't want them to go to war, to Kojiro's knowledge. And he could think of no other way she'd be connected to it. Stealing a book from the restricted section, okay. She got exiled for it. She hasn't been there in 15 years. These events are much more recent than 15 years. She has no connection to it, unless you can somehow link her to Rem, which would only be Kojiro, and he hasn't been in Rems for 5 years.
So you're okay. Just to confirm here, are you trying to declare yourself a witness to declare that Marasi has no connection to Rem? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. But
because I'm confused as to where you're going with this. Like, DM
Kojiro,
declare, I have no idea where you're going with this.
Kojiro, sorry, Petrie, but Kojiro has very little care for turnout right now. He's more concerned about the vote.
Okay, get to the point. Where are we going with this?
He's more explaining that the vote is more used to buy time and gain people's favor. The outcome doesn't matter.
Okay, again, I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this. Okay.
He's trying to see if the trial can fucking stop.
You're trying to stop the vote. That's that.
No, I'm trying to stop the trial and get to the vote.
You want the
vote
first.
The vote is paused because of the trial.
Yes.
That's what we want.
And the vote to go. That's what you guys want.
That is what we want, mate.
That's what you guys want, not what I want.
Okay, I understand where this is going now. Okay, I'm following now. Okay, so to confirm,
yes,
you are saying, and I just want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. You are saying that Marasi is not in any way, shape, or form linked to the vote, or at least the goings on with Rim,
Yeah, to my knowledge.
that she will be proven to have zero link between the book, Rim, Ro, all that stuff. There's no link with her there.
The book and Ro, Kojiro cannot testify. He can testify of Rim.
Okay.
The book, he knows very little. Well, aside from what they found on her. But the book
you're
something of.
The long story short here is that you're basically stating that the trial of Marasi has zero to do with the vote to go to war against Rim. Is that correct?
Pretty much, that's how Kojiro sees it.
How close? Actually, no. Based on how far you'd be able to get, right there, that's fine. Everybody in the party, roll perception, please.
The one person who can't say anything. Shit.
There's a lot of people rolling well, though.
Yep.
They can't stop
me, though. They can't stop me.
I'm not saying anything about stopping you. I'm stare aggressively.
Okay.
I'm not.
You can stare aggressively all you want.
I'm not stopping this. I'm just saying I need a perception roll from everybody. Let me throw a coin. Aeon can roll, yes.
This would be listen, not see, though.
Kojiro, you can also roll on this.
Okay.
Valdir, 16 plus 5, 21, okay. A lot of 21s in this. 20s, 21s, that's really good. Another 21. You don't need to roll that. Kojiro rolled 21, by the way. No, you did not need that as a private.
Yeah.
Aeon
Sorry,
with an
I accidentally had that on private, but yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to nat 20 this, though. I did not nat 20. In fact, because I rolled a 2, everybody sees it. So, hey, there you go. Everybody sees it. Kojiro, as you're talking, vigorous note-taking going on at the prosecution's desk.
Who at the prosecution's desk is doing note-taking?
Every single one of them.
Okay.
And the entire party can see it. As you're talking, Kojiro.
I will point out to prosecution, like, it's best not to take notes on something that doesn't involve you. It's quite rude.
They ignore you and keep taking notes. And some of them start comparing notes.
Well, that's one thing Rev shares in common with this place.
Process will step up to Kojiro and say, probably best that you shut your face and come back to the rest of us now.
I'll do as I please and what I believe to be right.
The right thing in this moment might be to sit your ass down and shut your fucking hole.
Sorry, but who of you actually has political experience? Wait, none. This trial is simply bypass and wait.
Oh, buddy, we're opening a can of worms that I did not want to get into.
All right. Come on, let's move this.
Could you repeat what he said? Sorry, because of Octa.
Kojiro believes, and through his knowledge, he's the only one with political experience.
Go on from there.
He will do as he pleases when he believes to be right for a situation. A trial to decide if someone is guilty of what they were exiled for seems quite pointless towards a vote for war. Aside from benefiting the others, it's just swaying their minds.
And at that moment, the list starts. Somebody has the list that was requested during the trial. Comes in the front door, basically. Well, front door, hole, whatever it is. They're coming in the front.
Blessed be the DM.
Front hole door, sure, whatever. It's a thing. It's an entrance.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yes, they have the list that was requested. As the court returns to session.
I'll go back and sit down. I have said what I need to say.
Is this the list you were requesting, Elithan? Yeah, this is the list on the days that I needed. You said that you needed the dates before the last time it was checked prior to this incident, the current incident, and the next time it was checked out. Is that correct?
Yes.
Let's see. The book was definitely checked out the night of the incident.
By whom?
It was checked out by Rolia. It was checked out. I mean, I saw it with my own eyes, so I can verify it. I'm the one who put this entry down and reported it directly to the prior successor. It was returned the next day. In fact, it was returned the next morning. The prior checkout would have been over 300 years ago.
Alright. By who? We're talking about elven lifetimes.
Someone who's not alive today.
Did they have any connection to anyone involved in this case?
Unless you consider that connection to be to Vamir directly, no.
Right, and
the reason for checkout on that was that it looks like reason for checkout on this was actually research. It was the last time it was ever checked out for research. That's right, because the law came into effect afterwards that this book would be moved to the restricted area afterwards. This is correct. So yes, this does make sense. Because it was not long after that he perished.
Alright. And is there a checkout after the incident?
Afterwards? There is no further checkout of this book. The last checkout was by Rolia.
And you can confirm that Rolia did return the book.
Hold on. It was returned that... A confused look appears on his face. Huh. It says here it was returned, but no witness signature from within the library stating witness to this. At least none that I recognize. This does not appear to be a signature by a library person. In fact, I recognize this signature. This would be from the Mages College.
From who?
From Auberon, the headmaster.
And do they have authorization? Does he have authorization to sign books in as a witness?
Rolia does not. Auberon does. But even considering the circumstances, this would be highly unusual. Normally, even if Auberon were to do that, another signature from within the library would also be involved. This.
The defense rests, and we'll call Auburn to the stand for face. Unless it's possible to do.
Say that one more time.
The defense rests, and we'll call Auburn to the stage, either in phase 3 or if it's possible in this stage. I'd also like to call Ralia to the stand herself, if possible.
Ralia stands up and says the following: I have no objections to merge phases 2 and 3 together if it pleases the court.
Remind me what phase 3 is, OOC.
Phase 3 OOC is basically the second part of this right here, which is basically y'all go back, talk, strategize, get your next witness list together. Basically, they're allowing you to call witnesses on the fly.
So she's trying to
expedite the process, basically.
Get us out of that second recess.
Yeah, basically they're looking to cut the second recess. They're saying, let's just move this trial forward right now. Let's get everything out on the table. Is what Ralia is saying.
I object to that because she wants the recess.
But you just said that you wanted to call forth witnesses that were not on your list before phase 3. Is that not effectively asking for the same thing?
That's not what I said. I stated I would like to call these people in phase or in this stage, if possible. However, I do not want to give up the recess and the counsel with my client.
Then, if you do not object to waiting until phase 3, then I do not object further.
Excellent. Thank you.
Ralia sits down. Helema, up until this point, has been pretty stoic in their appearance. You know, keeping a calm, cool demeanor. But that is not entirely the case now. She seems more preoccupied in thought. And she's thinking for about a couple of minutes. And after she finishes thinking, she stands up. And turns towards Vamir. Vamir, I have a question for you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did one of your own effectively accuse Ralia and Auburn of a crime? Vamir considers this deeply. A crime? No, but a... how shall I put this? A breach of protocol. Perhaps. I would say that is a fair assessment of what has been presented. That is a very troubling statement, what they have stated. One other concern here is that if true, every bit of evidence just presented would have to be nullified. Helema points at Ralia and Octaya. Here now. Points
Yep.
right in front of her.
Yep, goes up. Yep.
Ralia also follows. The witness is excused for right now, but you are to stay in this hall. Witness goes back to her. The witness goes back to her position within the court, within the hall. In a very hushed tone, Helema addresses both of you, to the point where no one else outside can, like, it's almost like, almost murmurs to the outside. If anybody wants to attempt to listen in, you would have a perception check at disadvantage.
I will. I'll take that disadvantage. I want to hear this.
Okay.
That
If
is
anybody...
percentage.
Disadvantage. Ooh, 19, 20... Oh, God. Disadvantage. What disadvantage?
Yes! Yes! I hear it!
What disadvantage? Good Lord. Good Lord. Let me roll a table real quick.
Wait, the entire party at disadvantage?
I rolled a nat 19 on disadvantage.
Yeah, apparently so.
Wait, you said the entire party at disadvantage?
Those were both nat 20s without disadvantage. Yeah, I know.
Oh no, mine's not a nat 20.
No, I'm talking about your first roll was a nat 20. Marassi's first roll was a nat 20.
Yeah.
Is what she's referring to.
Nat 20 and nat 19. You got nothing on me, Liz. Nothing.
I'm gonna have to nat 20 to beat Marassi and Kojiro, so, I rolled a 19.
You didn't! You didn't!
I rolled a 19. Ty goes to the party in this case. Ty goes to the party.
I am listening intensely. What is being said?
For those of you who rolled over a 19, or excuse me, a 19 or better, that would be Kojiro and Marassi. I'm going to make this perfectly clear right now. Hang on, Squeak Steel's reaction from Magnus is fantastic. I'm going to make this perfectly clear to both of you right now. I don't want this devolving into some chain of accusations and whatnot. I don't give a crap about that. I'll make this perfectly clear. I am interested right now in making sure that my people are safe. I want to make sure that my soldiers out there are safe if we're going to war. I want to make it perfectly clear to both of you that I have one reason and one reason alone to be in the middle of all this. And the only reason I am doing this is to make sure that we all stay safe. So if you don't mind, Ralia, keep this to the trial at hand. And you, Octaya, keep this to the trial at hand. Keep this to Marassi's trial, and that's it. Do I make myself crystal clear?
But ma'am, proving that someone else has done the charge that my client is accused of is part of...
And no, your job is to make sure that she is not guilty. If you want to lay the blame at somebody else's feet, if that's what it has to be, that's fine. But don't have this chain of shit at my doorstep. Do I make myself perfectly clear?
Yes, you do, but I can't help where the evidence leads me.
If the evidence points somewhere else, and as long as it's not her, then that's good for this court. If it points directly her, that may be what's happening right now, but I want to make sure that's perfectly clear. I don't want a line of 50 people standing out there as we're trying to figure out what's safe for this country or not. Prove that she is or isn't. If it directs not to her, present it, but I'm going to make this perfectly clear. I don't want a line of 50 people out there. I am not a judge. I am only here because the other elders have requested that I be here. I am here to make sure this country is safe, and I'm here to make sure that she is tried fairly. And by the way, everybody can very clearly see that she is pointing at Marassi right now.
Artaya's gonna speak up.
That she is safe.
Artaya's gonna speak up.
Or that she is judged fairly.
her being judged fairly and your people being safe may include two separate things. If you want your people to be safe, you need to figure out where this book went. I'm showing you a clear path of where it may have gone.
Then
Don't
stick to.
look
All I'm
away.
saying is stick to that. That is all I'm asking here.
I am.
Good.
You claim to want your country safe, just like I do, but you're refusing to look at the evidence that I'm laying before your feet.
I am not refusing to lay it. I'm not refusing to look at it. I am simply saying I don't want there to be massive panic on the streets. That's all I'm asking.
There's not going to be massive panic on the streets, not if you get this solved quickly. Maybe continue.
Octaya. Perception check.
Oh, fuck.
Only Octaya.
Oh boy, can I use my own dice? I don't trust rolls.
Yes,
anyway.
you can use your own.
Okay, one second, let me pull out my thing that. Oh god. My cords are in the way. Oh,
You're
boy,
fine.
it's
You're
not
fine.
fast.
You're fine.
Black or blue? Someone pick for me. Black or blue?
Blue.
Black.
Black.
I do have purple, I think.
Purple. Yes, purple.
God, I gotta find the purple detail. Oh, actually, I pulled
The
out the
DM,
white D20,
the
so
DM, the DM,
the white D20.
from a also a player perspective, recommends not the black die.
I have the white.
I
die,
recommend
so
black
it'll be fine.
die.
It'll be fine.
But
It'll
if
be
you're
fine. I'm gonna roll
Chinese,
this on the
it's the
floor. Give
same
me
deal.
1 second.
I proposed a black die. Just to put now.
God, it went too far. 1 second.
Okay.
Wait.
If it's cocked, reroll.
Mm-hmm.
What if I flip a coin to determine which dice to roll?
15 nat, and I have a +7.
That'll be actually, hang on. I nat 1. You're fine.
Very nice.
Freaked out for nothing.
You're catching a few looks from the council. The looks that seem to be coming your direction would be the wood elf that was originally seated to the left, Sorrow. Who is looking on with a very stern look, not an angry look, but a very stern kind of like supportive of his direct inferior. In this case, very supportive, kind of stern look. You're also catching a look from Vamir, who has a very concerned look on his face. You also notice that Ralia is staring a hole through Halema. And that's what you get with your perception. Oh, I'm sorry, one other thing. You notice Aubrun also staring a hole, but not through Halema. Through you, Octaya.
Remind me who Aubrun is. Is it
That's the
Rylos?
headmaster of the Mages College here.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
the one that was
I
stated as the
thought it was
headmaster.
spelled differently, and I was looking at it. I was like, who? Okay. All right. Yeah. Yep. I see it now.
Uh-huh.
All right. Octavia's gonna quietly not okay. Octavia's gonna calmly smooth out her shirt.
Mhm.
Brush her hand.
Mhm.
And she'll just stand there waiting for the response from anyone.
Halema continues to speak at this point. For the record, I am not ignoring your evidence. I am taking it under great consideration. For the record, your information is part of this trial and should be treated with respect.
Thank you.
I am simply making sure to both of you before anything happens. Because I've seen trials like this devolve into some really nasty situations. Granted, thank God I wasn't the one selected to judge those scenarios, but I want to make sure that this proceeding receives the proper respect that it deserves. Do I make myself clear? You may be an elder, but you will respect the will of our ancestors. Looking towards Ralia. Ralia keeps her eyes locked right on Halema and nods twice. Halema now looks at you, Octaya, same stare at you. Do I make myself clear?
I will just simply nod her head. With a small smirk on it.
Halema straightens up her back at this point and returns to her calmer demeanor. And motions both of you to return back to your respective places. Ralia does so.
Octaya does as well.
Okay. Halema be like, you fuckers did what? Right, where were we with that proceeding? Oh, yes. Halema then stands up. As per my right, as judge, if anything is of great concern, I reserve the right to call forth a witness. She snaps her head over towards Oberon. I call Oberon to testify. Oberon just calmly just steps down from his position and walks over towards the position.
But does he assume it?
Stop it.
No, he assimilates it,
Oh my.
including your control over this situation. Anyway, let's see. Halema begins to ask questions of Oberon. Is what the witness testified true? Did you sign it back in? I did. And not only did I sign it back in as the witness, I have others that can testify that I was there signing it back in, along with Ralia. And who exactly signed it in with you? Well, that's a good question. See, I also had two of my direct students that could answer that question. In fact, one of them is here in the courtroom right now. Who exactly? I believe you heard his testimony earlier. Didn't you, Hayan? About 40 pairs of eyeballs turn in his general direction. About 4 more eyes. But not just him. No, there was one other. But yes, there were two others that could testify that I signed as the witness. So you have 3 witnesses, if you so choose. Would you like me to confirm that? Would you like me to confirm that Ralia returned the book? You can place me under a zone of truth all you want. I will gladly testify that she returned the book, and I witnessed it, and 2 others witnessed it, including Heian himself, who also witnessed it. Would you like to? I'm all yours, for the court to witness. And he just kind of spreads his arms out in that cocky-looking manner. Like, I've got nothing.
Octaya's gonna mutter underneath her breath in a voice that only Windhouse and Marasi can hear. He doth protest too much.
God damn it.
Ralia, be aware. This is Halima speaking. Ralia, be aware that I am invoking my right as judge of this proceeding. That despite the fact that Oberon is your direct successor, as judge, for the purpose of this proceeding, I am the authority in this proceeding, and therefore I am hereby ordering that Oberon be placed under a zone of truth, effective until my questions are satisfied. Ralia nods in agreement. I have no objections. Y'all remember that mage that y'all spoke with earlier, right? The one Marasi was so fond of?
Mm-hmm. The memory mage, or?
Yeah. She has been summoned to place a zone of truth upon Oberon. By the way, you will not need to roll this. This is you've seen this attempt before, and therefore can, or at least you. Wait, did I place a zone of truth on you guys in the chamber?
You did not know.
Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. Y'all need to roll. Arcana then.
All of us.
Everyone, yeah, everybody can roll it if you choose.
Why do you abuse Arcana like this?
Kojiro 14, Octaya 22, Octaya success. Kojiro, no, not success. Marasi's a yes. Or excuse me, Marasi's not a success, I'm sorry. Octaya's a success. Octaya, you would recognize that as a Zone of Truth spell. Unequivocally a Zone of Truth spell. Arcana has rolled himself a nat 20. It's only fitting.
Precisely.
Only fitting. Arcana, yeah, it's clearly a Zone of Truth. Very clearly. Oberon, actually, excuse me, not Oberon. Halima starts asking more questions now that Oberon is caught within the Zone of Truth. Were you there the morning that this book was signed in? Oberon responds, yes, I was. Halima looks at the mage that casts the Zone of Truth. She nods. Who else was with you? As I said before, Heian was there, as was one other of the students within the college. I would find it to be in poor etiquette if I did not bring multiple witnesses, especially considering that no one else within the library was there at that time. That would be a conflict of interest. Having multiple people there that could testify to this would be appropriate. I see. And When you were there, you signed in the book. Did the others sign on that line saying that the book was brought back? No, they did not. My signature was sufficient. However, they can also attest to the fact that I was there. You can ask them yourselves. Did you speak to anyone within the library after it was turned back in? Well, yes, actually. I spoke with Vamir, actually. I let him know that we returned his book to the library. Helema turns towards Valmir. Valmir looks back questioningly. I don't recall this happening. Hold on. This is Valmir speaking still. Hold on. Are you saying that you returned the book? Because I recall that Ralia returned the book. You're saying that Ralia returned... You're saying that you returned the book or Ralia returned the book? No, Ralia returned the book. You weren't there. I told you after the fact, remember? Vamir responds, No, I do not remember. You did not tell me that you returned the book. In fact, this is the first I'm hearing about this. Helema turns towards the mage that casts the Zone of Truth. The mage nods towards Helema. Helema asks out loud, "Is he telling the truth?" The mage nods. All those eyeballs now start turning towards Vamir. Off with that on Vamir now. Vamir is now immediately placed in a zone of truth. Did Abron tell you about this incident? Vamir answers definitively, no, he did not. Without even prompting, the mage responds, he's not lying.
Dun, 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 dun. Ruh-roh, Shaggy. Someone's got a pendant on them. Or that. Put it on. Probably. This is OC.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of OOC going on right now. There's a lot of OOC going on right now.
Can Octavia speak up and say, I petition the court that Ralia be put under zone of truth and questioned as well.
Helema agrees. Ralia's put under a zone of truth. Did you return the book that morning? Ralia responds, I did. The mage responds, he's telling the truth, or she's telling the truth.
Helema, if you would permit me, may I ask Ralia a question while under the truce?
I would ask that you ask me the question first before I permit this.
I will do so. Did Ralia go back after the book had been returned and take the book without anyone else's knowledge? Oh, so you just think we still haven't gotten to the rest of the evidence.
I know. There's something else at play that I'm considering. Give me a second. You're on face value, yes, but the problem is there's something else going on I have to consider.
That's fine. No. See, we still haven't presented all of our evidence either.
Yeah, I know. I'm considering. I'm weighing the two things against each other. I have a different idea. Mage, Zone of Truth, everyone down the row. I want everyone to answer this question.
Including Octai and Marasi.
No, the down the road that she's referring to is every single elder and successor.
Okay, cool. Got it.
And Heian.
Oh, of course, Heian.
Every one of them answers the question that you asked and answers the question if they were present, that being Ralia, Abron, and Heian. The three of them were asked, first off, did they return in Ralia's case, or were they witness to, in the other two's case, the returning of the book? Ralia says yes, the other two say yes. Everyone down the line is asked, did they then take the book afterwards? Every one of them says no. One person in this room is a dirty, filthy liar.
It's gonna be fucking Heian.
It's not Ralia. It's not Abron.
It's gonna be fucking Heian.
It's not Heian.
What?
It's not Heian.
Who is it? Lasagna!
Helema turns towards Elfwin.
There it is. Yeah, there.
Elfwin. When the book was returned to the library, were you made aware of this? No, I was not made aware of this. In fact, again, the only thing I knew was that Ralia took it when restraining Marasi. I was not aware that the book was returned. I made inquiries about it and was told that it wasn't returned. Vamir stands up. Then why don't you tell us where the book is now? Elfwin, again states, I don't know. Again, the last person that had the book was Ralia. I am not aware of anyone returning the book. And yet you took the book afterwards. Yes, but I took the book. I didn't know it was returned by you. I don't know who returned it. I can't claim that this is true right here because this is very improper the way it was signed back in. Elthwen, where did you take the book after you took it out? I took it to Oberon because I wanted to make sure that no pages were missing from this book. I wanted to make sure the book was completely intact. Oberon certified it was with me, and then I brought it back, and I let Vamir know. Vamir thinks about that for a moment. You're right, you did mention that. You were concerned about that, and you went after that. That's right, you did mention that. So that would put the book back in the library after you yourself took it out of the library to the Mages College. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. I went to see Oberon to make sure, to verify with him. I mean, I can't do that myself. This is a dangerous artifact. I have to have somebody that knows something about this in order to figure this out. I mean, I did mention it to you. I mean, it was important. I don't want, if somebody tried to steal it, I want to make sure it's safe. But, granted, I know that he's the one who signed as the witness, but I have to make sure, right? Yeah, this is fair. Did you take it out any other time? No other time. The mage nods. Telling the truth. Helema seems dissatisfied with this answer. So once again, the book is put back in the library. After it was certified as being unchanged by the witness that signed it back in. Is that true? Is that what you're testifying to? Yes, that's exactly what I'm testifying to. And when did this happen? Happened the same day. Checked it back in that evening. So the truth can come off. I've heard what I need to hear. So the truth comes off. And Helema is giving Ralia the coldest of stares right now. We'll talk later about procedure, but for right now, the floor is yours. That gift, though. Prosecution, let's see. Ralia states, at current, I have no further witnesses. Very well, then Octaya, it is your turn. You may call forth your witnesses.
Psst, OC, who are our witnesses other than Win-Toss?
You have
Ross's memory was one of them.
I remember you mentioning Wim-Toss as you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
The memory mage?
The mage, yes. The mage was a witness. To
Okay.
testify to the interrogation within the chamber.
Yep, anyone else?
I think that was your only witnesses, at least at this time, that you were going to basically use phase 2 as your okay, let's figure out the game plan and then just pull out all the guns on phase 3.
Yeah, okay, cool. So, call that memory mage.
So the memory mage is first, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the mage that just cast all those zones of truth has been called as witness
Yeah.
and has been called
Sorry,
forth.
dude, you're getting a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Listen, she's earning her pay today, okay? She's really earning her pay today. Floor is yours, Octaya.
Alright. Can you testify as to what we discovered when Marassi's memory was the night of the incident?
Yes, would you like the full account?
I would, yes.
Okay. I asked several questions of Nira, the defendant in question, during the first recess. I was called in by you, Octaya DeFay, to ask several questions of the defendant, Nira. I was told to ask questions in regards to very specific moments within that evening to confirm a timeline of what happened. Every statement that Nira stated, every statement was true. She stated that she was headed to a library, that she spoke with Rolia outside of the library, that after she went in, she has no memory of anything that happened other than the next thing that she knew, she was being yelled at by Rolia in the restricted area with a book in her hand. That book would be the one in question by Rolia, the one that they stated that she stole. That book was very clearly in her hands, and in fact, Marassi stated that yes, it was in her hand, or excuse me, Nira stated it was in her hand, and that was indeed true. That she was interrogated for 2 days and then exiled immediately afterwards. All of these statements were true. And I could not detect any form of deception in her statements. Does this retelling satisfy you?
Yes.
Okay. Still your witness, Earbud.
I have to ask you any questions.
I do not.
Yeah, can we get a name for Memory Mage?
Give her one. I don't care. Give her one.
Memory Mage.
Ambria.
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 Ambria? Sure, why not? Ambria.
Sure. Let's just name her Amnesia.
Amnesia. Fuck.
Yes.
Ambria, yes. Okay. What? No, that's you.
Don't worry about it. Moving along.
Everyone's
No.
Ambria.
She's saying she's amnesia, is what she's saying.
Oh, true. One true Ambria. Excellent.
Okay, anyway, moving on. Get on with
no
it.
further questions. No further questions.
Okay. Rolia stands up. I have one question. You said that she very clearly remembered talking to me outside of the library. Is that correct? Yes, and I could tell that she was telling the truth. That's not possible, because I was not there. In fact, I can testify to my whereabouts that evening. And I could name witnesses that could state that. In fact, that evening I was not even in the Elven lands.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a minute. OOC. Wait a damn minute.
Go ahead.
How was she restraining Merhasi in the library if she wasn't even in the Elven lands earlier that day?
Why don't you kind of figure that one out as we go along?
Excuse the fuck out of me.
There's a good reason. There's a good reason. There's a very good reason.
Alright then.
Think about it. There's a good reason.
Memory spell.
Either memory spell, teleportation, alter self, or disguise self.
Or all four.
Y'all are so cold you don't even realize how cold you are. I'm just saying.
I'm betting
Y'all are
it's a memory
so
spell.
Do we
Y'all
need
are so-
blankets or like?
You need winter coats
Oh,
Fuck.
and a space heater. Is
Who
how
says I'm
cold y'all are.
trying to be warm?
Madness! Hurry up and invent space heater.
Get your essence of fire elemental and let's go, right?
You know what? I have fire magic. Will that work?
No.
Damn.
No magic allowed in this trial.
In case you
Okay.
missed that fact.
Okay. Let's see. What was I thinking? Oh, you stated that I was here, but I was not. In fact, I wasn't even here in the Elven lands. Or she said, I wasn't even here in the Elven lands and can testify to that. Are you sure she was telling the truth? I'm absolutely positive she was telling the truth. I used a zone of truth on her. Every single one of the people who are on the defense side can testify to that. That I used zone, no, not zone of truth. Was it zone of truth?
Pause.
Memory
Hang on.
Pause
check.
your roll. It
I
was
used the book. That's right. I'm sorry. I did not do. Yeah, that was the book.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I did the book. That's right. Well, I can tell you that it is highly plausible that she would have forgotten events, and she may have forgotten fragments of it as well, due to the fact that the book may have caused her these problems. Well, he says, hold on, just a moment. Are you talking about the same book? Are we talking about the book then or the book now? No, the book now. The book now might have caused her to forget things. Now, I am not 100% sure about how that book works, but I can tell you that it causes some level of amnesia within the one who reads it. So what you're saying here is that book causes amnesia, this book causes amnesia. Hell, if I open this book right here, and he just kind of grabs a book off his desk, and if I read this book right here, I'm going to forget what I had for breakfast this morning. Is that basically what you're saying? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if that book causes you to have amnesia, I would say consult a physician. But
What?
because that book is a mimic, fantastic.
The sass on
10 out
that
of 10.
woman. She only earned her name like 2 minutes ago.
Put her in the clan.
But
Sure you would, don't know what.
what I'm saying is that that specific book, the one in her possession, causes amnesia. I am saying that it is also possible, though I have no direct knowledge of that book, seeing as how I was not the keeper of the library at that time, that it is possible that that book could also have a similar effect, especially since since you matched the two symbols to each other. I'm not saying I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying it is a likelihood that that's the case. So it's a likelihood, but could she have beaten your magic? No, that is not possible. No, it's not possible because I did not use it on her. I used it on the book to decipher what the book actually was. So I did not use it on her specifically. Well, some I used on her. I used some to see if I could identify what was wrong, what was potentially happening, but found nothing wrong with her specifically. At least not until I found the curse affected by the book. So you're saying that book is cursed? I'm saying that book is cursed. Or was cursed. I removed it, but that curse is a lot stronger than I am. I would not be surprised if that curse just happens to pop right back up. Say the next person who reads it. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. Do you recall any other books with those symbols on it? Other than the two that you mentioned? Not to my knowledge, no. I reserve the right to call this witness once again. Rolia sits down.
No further questions.
I reserve the right to call this witness back in phase 3.
Mm-hmm.
So noted, says Halima. Floor is yours, Octaya.
Call Wimtoss.
Wimtoss is called forth. Wimtoss, what do you do?
I think Wimtoss is dead.
Uh-oh. We have lost a Wimtoss.
Uh-oh.
Have we lost a Wimtoss? Wimtoss!
He may be AFK or something.
Okay.
He's still on the voice call.
Allow me to resolve this problem. I will somehow find a second pair of shoes that say Wimtoss on them and put them right next to the stand.
God damn it. Yes, Wimtoss is BRB.
Damn! I was hoping. I was really hoping. Yeah.
Said it in chat.
Yes, I'm aware of that, but I was hoping he would be returning right around that moment. Was the thing. So it's fine. We'll take a short break to wait for Wimtoss, because we have to have Wimtoss here at this point.
Are you sure we can interrogate the other pair of shoes?
Interrogate who? No, seriously, interrogate who?
You said you put in another pair of shoes right next to where the witness stand where Wimtoss was supposed to be. Can't we ask those shoes questions?
Sure. I don't know if you'll like the answer, though.
Are you sparkly?
The shoes do not respond, for they cannot talk.
But can they sparkle?
I don't know. You want to roll perception to see if they sparkle?
I will hope.
It is already done, and it is a 19. Plus 5.
One shoe sparkles. The other one's a mimic and attacks.
Okay.
No, just kidding.
That explains why you always.
Or maybe they're both mimics and they don't respond.
No, only one of them is a mimic.
Oh shoot. Kill the mimic. Or befriend it, either or.
I think Wimtoss has already befriended it. Why do you think he can wear it?
The shoes are magic? Wait a minute. This explains everything. They have a constant charm person on them. No fucking wonder.
I'm AFK just a second.
Also, Twitch chat is asking if you can roll to seduce the shoe.
On it. Why am I rolling well now?
You know what?
The
That was
shoes
an
will
18
probably seduce you
plus-
first.
Plus, what would you say? Persuasion or
Nope,
I
I
would
don't
say
get it. I did pure charisma.
performance? Okay.
would
That's a 23.
The shoe asks, you got a sock?
And I'll be excusing myself.
Oh,
AFK
come
for a
on!
second.
Oh, Marasi with the nat 1 at the worst possible time.
Or also, you have failed to seduce the shoe.
I have failed as well. It's a scarred face, it doesn't work. You know, same. I can say the same for my character. But the scars also don't help.
Wait, did Naura actually literally BRB?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Why? What?
Oh, this is funny.
GG.
Oh my god.
Well.
We're waiting on Wimtoss and Naura. Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Living the dream. We'll say I prefer to be done by 7:30. That's not a hard limit, it's just a preference.
And it's a hard line for me. I'm looking to finish this phase before and then call it a session basically.
Okay.
Nope, I saw one toss light up, I think.
Oh.
I
Oh.
thought.
We have a-
Hello?
Man.
Wimtoss?
Wimtoss is not back. Oh, Wimtoss has been added. At Wimtoss.
Oh crap.
Oh crap, he's been added. Oh
He's
crap,
been
he's been double added. Nani?
No.
Oh god.
There's been triple added.
Oh my god. Oh baby, a triple.
Oh,
It's like the other night when you guys just double added me.
Yes, some's because
I wasn't even home.
At you, man.
Yeah.
List why? Roll your goddamn D4 right now.
No! No, I will
Yes.
not! No, I will
Yeah.
not!
Yes,
No, I will
yes,
not.
you will.
No, I will not!
Yes, you will.
I'm gonna
you
agree
will.
with them on
Nope.
this, Liz.
No, I said
Roll your
I
D4.
no, because I responded.
Roll your
with,
goddamn
"You have a
D4.
sock." No, I will not. I responded with you have a sock, and Voldir said BRB. I will not
Hatred.
on principle.
What does Twitch chat say?
Twitch chat, tell them to roll the D4.
I have not. Thank you. I have not. Because it requires that I have to go get the other sheet, and I cannot go get the other sheet while I'm in the campaign right now. It's weird how Roll20 works like that. I hate that. I wish I could pull up multiple campaigns
No.
at the same time.
Okay, so... I still think let's roll a D4.
Nope.
Yes.
I didn't have
It
that.
was insinuated?
Twitch chat me its own thing. That I agree with. That I
Little
agree
do they
with.
know, you're their slave.
Can we just agree that everyone is someone's?
You know, y'all are like, do I have to bring back the Elven Slave storyline again? Because that's
Without
still
the
lingering.
silver hand, sure.
Yeah, it would be without.
I mean, elvish slavery.
because the
is
silver
fair.
hand has zero to do with anything going forward. So you know.
Glad to know.
Press X to doubt.
Press Z to confirm this is true.
You do know that if he has to bring back the elven slave trope, he has to enslave this entire continent for there to be elven.
Well, I mean, Rem's
You
already
know-
trying to do that.
If you want to ignore an entire part of my character's backstory, I might as well roll another character or completely
sorry,
change
what
the
was going on?
backstory.
And completely
No,
let someone
no,
else
hang
know
on,
they
hang
agree
on,
on their storyline.
hang on. Earbud, when I'm saying they're not involved in the story, I'm talking about directly front and center.
All right.
This particular plot arc.
I'm talking about when I'm saying that they're not involved.
No, I
I'm
get
not
it.
okay. Not like the whole.
There are
name of
other
it.
elements. It's not you.
Yeah.
There are other elements in this campaign that I'm ticked off at. It's not you, Liz.
Still waiting for.
Wim Toss.
Toss.
I-
Yeah, there he is.
What's going on?
There he is. There he is.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, you've been called to the witness stand.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay. Okay. Octavia, you've called Wim Toss to the stand. Go ahead.
Wim Toss. Can
Yeah.
you confirm who you are and how you came to meet Miran?
I am Wintoss. I met Marathi in a small town on the edge of the island where Ro sits. We just happened to find each other and decided to travel the island together.
An immediate objection comes from the. An immediate objection comes up from Ralia. There is no elf by the name of Marasi that's on trial. It is Nero that is on trial.
I'm
I
sorry.
submit to the court that Marasi is
Don't,
an
no,
alternative
don't,
name.
don't.
Keep going here, bud. I didn't catch all that. Say again.
Never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
Go ahead, Wim Toss. Never mind.
What were you gonna say?
No, I
Go ahead. No, Mao doesn't want me to say what I was about to say, so Wim Toss, go ahead, because Mao's the most important character in this game.
I'm just replying to something someone said. You're good to go.
Okay, hang on. Let me take a step back for a second. Let's keep the OOC chat to a minimum, please. I know that it's tempting. I know. There's a lot of. Let's keep it to a minimum. Let's keep this moving.
Go ahead, Wim Toss.
What were you gonna say? Go ahead. That was what I said. That's what mattered.
Answer Raleigh's question about the name.
That is the name I know her of Marasi. Her elephant name is Nira, but that is the name I know her of. As such, that is what I'm gonna refer to her.
Octavia has nothing to say.
Nothing further, Octavia? Is that correct?
Octavia has nothing to say if Ralia finds that answer to be acceptable.
I actually couldn't understand everything that Wimtoss said. Can you repeat that one more time? Like I heard, but it was coming in garbled on my end a little bit.
Marasi is the name that I know her.
Mhm.
Nira, I know her elven name is Nira, but that is the name that I will refer because that is the name that I know of her at.
He's saying
The
that he's
objection
gonna
is
hunt for-
withdrawn. Yeah, the
Okay.
objection is withdrawn. Yeah. You're good. Go ahead.
And have you ever seen a book like the one they're describing on Rossi's possession, other than the one that has already been submitted and rejected? Is that
Nope. Another book.
And do you think Marassi would be the type of person to steal a book?
No.
No further questions.
Ralia stands up. So you've known Marassi ever since, or Nira ever since after she was exiled, is that correct?
Yes.
You did not know her before she was exiled, is this correct?
Yes.
I have no further questions. Octaya, the floor is yours. Do you have any more witnesses? Octaya?
No, not for this phase. Sorry, I forgot I was on push
Oh.
talk.
No worries. Very well then. In that case, I declare this part of this section of the trial over. Each side will be given an opportunity to go back to their chambers, continue to present a new list to present to everyone, or a new list to present to me. At which point you will be able to take said list, formulate your arguments, and proceed with phase 3. For both of you, please proceed to your chambers. We will continue with this trial as soon as both sides are ready. At this point, Ralia stands up once again. Halema, I once again motion to expedite this trial as we have our enemies at our border.
I once again object to that.
Halema speaks at this point. I would offer a compromise in this scenario. Normally, we would allow both sides as much time as possible. However, considering the circumstances, I will allow for a time limit to be placed upon this part of the trial. Will that suffice as a compromise? Ralia nods.
Yes.
I give both sides 1 hour.
Alright.
1 hour is not happening tonight before you ask. I give both sides 1 hour to prepare for the next phase of the trial. Actually, that will happen tonight, but it won't be 1 hour. I give both sides 1 hour to prepare for the trial, or the next phase of the trial. If you need any assistance, such as a mage or whatnot, to just like the prior phase, please submit your request. As mentioned before, we will do what we can to assist you in the gathering of said evidence. With that said, you are both adjourned to your chambers. This trial is now in recess. Ralia stands up with her subordinate chairs, heads to her chambers. Marassi, you are once again through your chains, not dragged or not tugged so hard, more of led to the chambers. The elders, meanwhile, file out of the chamber along with their successors. They head to a different chamber. I'm assuming, Octaya, you are following Marasi, is that correct?
Yes.
Wemtos, I'm assuming you're following Marasi?
Yes.
What is the rest of the party doing?
I am simply gonna sit there.
Okay.
I ain't gonna go into the chamber with them. They're on their own with this.
Following Marasi.
Also following.
Okay. Give me just a second, I need to confirm something. Okay. Okay. Moving forward then to the holding room. All characters except Kojiro are currently in that room. Rossi, restraints have been removed from you. You can freely speak at this point. No other
Finally.
entities are in the room.
So, I'm a little bit confused. Why would Ralia add this to the list of charges that I took this book if the book never left? And it was already added back to the library, and that doesn't make any sense. Unless she's trying to get a hold of that book.
I'm very curious as to why this whole trial is with regards to this book and not the whole magic part that you were supposed to have done.
Yeah, that I didn't, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
The other...
Honestly,
Sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna bring up that Ralia saying that she wasn't even in Deadly Estella the whole time was kind of odd.
Obviously, I need to ask her how the fucking hell she got her hands on you. She wasn't even in the city.
I mean, easiest answer is she's lying. But I am not sure. It could be something else, but I don't understand.
Could be someone else as well.
Possible. By the way, out of character, I have put a new temporary chat thing in General RPG with all the notes I've been taking throughout.
Just saw it. Yep.
I have been so busy.
So needless to say, either your memories are wrong, and that you remember something truthful, but it's not your own.
Could be that.
Or-
It could be that it's not my memory at all. I'm just remembering something that never happened. Because I think,
Precisely.
because I remembered it, I think it's truth. So it would pass as truth if it was under a zone of truth. But that could be the same for anyone.
Could be that her memories are also modified as well.
The only thing I know that has been confirmed is that I didn't take the book in the library that they've been talking about. And the other thing, I'm not entirely sure. When they say the book, and they keep talking about the book, which book are they talking about? Because I have the book that I have that has the same marking on it, yes, but it's not the same book. Doesn't have the inside marking that they're looking for. And they could see very clearly it wasn't the book in the library they were looking for.
Nope, we lost Homunculus.
Oh no.
Rip.
say the point of fact in this scenario is that the main thing that they're trying to try you on, you've obviously not committed. As such, most they can try you on right now is looking like the returning after exile.
Which that
Most
one...
of their case has to be thrown out because, one, they have the book. Two, you were seen not taking the book.
They don't actually have the book right now. The book's not in the library.
While this is going on in those chambers, Mal, you are currently still in the main area. Is that correct?
Yes, I did not leave from where I was seated.
Okay. Roll. Actually, no, I don't need you to roll this. An elf enters the. A wood elf actually enters the hall.
Mm-hmm.
And hands you a letter.
And
whispered into your ear from a friend.
I opened the letter.
You open the letter.
What is on the letter?
It's not written. Okay, let me rephrase that. It's not a traditional letter, so to speak. It's more so.
Whisper hello.
It's more so. How shall I put this? You know how battle plans are drawn?
Yeah.
They look like battle plans.
Oh. What did the battle plan say?
They show what appears to be almost like, I guess you could say, military exercises in a sense. So it's not quite written as if it's like a invasionary force, but more so like almost like patrol military exercise type of thing.
All right.
But it's military exercises with the idea of getting real nice and cozy to the Elven lands.
Okay, who can I see on the letter who sent it to me?
Does not appear to have any signature. At least not a signature of like a written signature like that.
Yeah.
But you notice perception, please. Let's do that. Perception.
Would I get advantage due to familiarity?
No, I would have to say normal based on the fact that this is trying to be hidden from, say, if somebody else were to open the letter.
Yeah, gotcha. I rolled a 9.
Okay, so not quite. But what you can tell is that these plans kind of skate up real close to the edge of the forest.
Gotta roll insight to guess who.
Yes, actually. You could roll insight.
Okay. Wow. Dice, why?
That one's at advantage, by the way.
Oh, yay. 13, I'm gonna assume
13's
still
good
no.
enough based on prior history.
Yay! Is it who I think it is? Is it my good friend Monk?
No, actually.
Which one was
It's your good friend Gentle Giant.
He still cares. That actually makes me very happy. I am noticeably happy. My gentle giant friend is still nice to me.
There's a small marking on one of the corners of the well, actually, it's almost like it's kind of like torn in a way, but it's torn with almost perfectly on the corner. It's very small tear, very, very almost unnoticeable.
All right.
And we're coming back to the rest of you. Hang on just a moment. We're coming back to the rest of you. I know a couple of you are mentioning that. We're coming back. You also see what appears to be a marking kind of hidden in the plans that almost looks like it's kind of, it resembles, you could reasonably suspect that it's coming from him, I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I could reasonably guess it's from him.
Yeah, reasonably.
Yay! I've missed my friendly giant. This will make Kojo very happy, and noticeably so, as he puts the letter in his pocket and thanks the elf, offering to shake their hand.
You turn back, he's not, that elf is not there anymore.
Oh, well, I'll just sit there, very happy.
And on that note, we return back to the rest of the party, who is currently in the chambers. The party that's back in the chambers. Sorry. Y'all are discussing plans?
Thinking.
Oh, typing. Okay, got it.
So, the way I see it, at least for now, is it, of the 3 charges, the second charge, theft to procure magic, that's off the table. The charge about returning to Vedu Estelle, that one I can't actually disprove because I'm standing here. Maybe if we tell them that I came back because if I didn't, they wouldn't know about the traitor? Maybe that would help.
I don't know. So far, they haven't been.
Octaya, history check.
1 second. I accidentally closed roll 20. I have to look back in.
No worries.
I don't know. So far, they haven't been welcome. Especially welcome. Open to that.
I don't know.
Saying that
Right.
we might just cause more of an uproar.
More likely than not, they're likely to simply push it to the side, trying to keep to the case at hand.
Well, how
They'll
on
do
earth am I
everything
gonna
they can.
I can't disprove that I broke exile. That's That's kind
You
of
can't
obvious.
disprove that you broke the exile, but once it turns to that particular crime, you can say that you have a very good reasoning for it and ask for a lesser sentence.
Octaya, follow-up insight.
Yeah,
You take what you got, girl.
trying. Wow.
I can't give you
Alright.
anything on that,
That's
sorry.
impressive.
Sorry, should have used my own roll.
For the first charge, technically they already charged me for that a while ago, and they're talking about I was casting ancient forbidden magic or seeking ancient forbidden magic. How on earth would I have had time for that if Ralia was there and caught me within like seconds, if that's even what happened? So that charge isn't making sense either.
Overall, this is not looking a bit better, but still not.
Well, it's like kicking a scorpion off a rock only to find a snake underneath it.
Eh. Do I remember going and looking for books for Heian? Just out of curiosity? Because that definitely seems like something I would do, but the question is, do I remember that? Because I don't know.
I mean, it seems reasonable.
It does seem reasonable.
It seems reasonable. I mean, your friend needed some help.
Yeah.
You offered help.
I had
as far
access
as
to
whether
the
you
library because I
remember
was in the school.
History check, disadvantage. No.
Okay. So what else do we have at this point?
At this point, we can ask that a more in-depth investigation take place. Considering the fact that most of the charges against you are either farcical or else are surrounded by so much controversy that we can't adequately solve it in one crime, or one trial. Ask for a more in-depth investigation into the location of that text and all relative parties.
I would rather not them know, would rather not delve deeper into where that particular book that was in the library is now.
And what is that?
Because I know who has it.
Who has it?
So there's been some additional research into this, that, was shared with me in the Mage College a while ago. Back, at the Mage University, I think. The one across the way where we left the ship. And it was brought to my attention that that book had been stolen to be studied. So it's not in the library right now. And yes, it has actually been stolen, but not by me.
Then you could fucking tell him who stole it.
I can't.
Why the fuck not?
Because Falar
Gets
has
you off
it.
trial and we can move on with us.
I can't throw Falar under the bus.
Oh shit.
Fucking hell.
Would it possibly help to know that we had 2 books?
We already have. We know there are 2 books in question. There's the book in the library and then the book that I
3.
have.
Okay, no,
That
not
means 3.
2 of yours. Where I'll see.
How do you mean, Magnus?
I may have found another one. Well, me finding, not technically correct.
Remember when we were picking up payment for the shipment? More especially the drop-off.
Oh, so it was a gift from Bedway Estelle, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Wait a minute. They're just giving out these dangerous books as prizes for helping people?
Fucking apparently.
They need some
Are you-
sort of better
you-
library system at this point.
You don't you have puzzle pieces but haven't put it all together. That's my response.
Who's in charge of the library? I would know this. Oh, we would all know this. That was Alothin.
You all know this. You all know this right now.
Ooh,
It's been
Alothin's
stated
in
publicly.
trouble.
Did I do something good? Did I
Yes.
do a good? Oh. Well, gee, I would have said this a while ago.
Because at
And I
this
know it
point,
would be useful.
well, yeah, we're proving that they're letting these dangerous books out of the library.
Or somebody's using them.
Well, this probably means I'll be able to keep it. Oh well.
I'm gonna be keeping my book, so.
There's a disparity between who was telling the truth about whether the book was checked in.
Group hears a knock at the door.
Come in? Question mark.
Taya?
Sure, come in.
The door opens. You see, the guard that you normally see before, flanked by his other 4 guards, as well as another guard that you've not seen before. I've been told to summon you to the chambers. Something has happened.
Who? All of
Helema,
us?
all of you. Something has happened.
I'll hold my arms out.
I've been told that there's no need.
What?
Let's go.
Okay.
I've been asked, however, that you remain silent as the explanation is given. There's a reason why.
Of course.
And the one that you didn't recognize before is the one that's saying that. They lead you back to the main chamber. Kojiro, from your position, you see that the prosecution actually is the one that enters the hallway, or enters the main chamber prior to the defense.
Alright.
So the prosecution comes first, and then the elders. And
Interesting.
last, the defense.
Interesting.
Defense, when you enter, everybody else is already there. Something else you would notice, Kojiro.
Alright.
Somebody's been a bad girl over there. She's been in chains.
Oh, who is it?
Do the rest of us notice this as well?
Oh, everybody sees it quite plain.
Thank you for letting the rest of us know.
Well, when you enter, Kojiro sees it first, then the rest of the party knows. Basically, so...
Yeah.
It's the memory mage.
Oh. Interesting.
Helema stands up. You see, we have a big problem. This entire trial has been compromised. Both on the prosecution side and the defense side. It appears that we have been lied to this whole time. Someone is acting upon a foreign entity and is trying to goad us to war with Rem. And it's not Rem.
What do we wish to do about this? That is Kojiro speaking, not me.
Yeah. We already have. As the person standing before you has a complete and utter blank look on their face.
Oh.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. The good news
That's not
is
very
that,
nice.
well, the good news, however, is that we have an understanding of maybe not who exactly they work for, but, well, we have a very credible lead at this point. At which point, Helema turns to Marasi. Marasi, I want to apologize directly to you. It seems as if two completely separate issues have been put together here. Separate issues that have tarnished your name. Now, granted, your charge of having entered the Great Library in a restricted area and accessing forbidden knowledge is still undeniable, and for that your exile is still upheld. However, all new charges brought forth against you are immediately being dropped. As such, I will have to ask you to return to your exile. I will have to ask you to leave these lands. However, I do offer an alternative. You who have not taken the rite of passage, the trial of adulthood, I think we can kill two birds with one stone. I hereby amend your exile with the following condition. Your exile is now your trial of adulthood. Your trial of adulthood will end when you return the book that was stolen from the library, the one that you were charged of.
Seems fair.
I will also tell you that no help can be given from our people. You will have to do this on your own. Seeing as how you were exiled, I cannot afford you any help. I cannot afford you any assistance within our people. I cannot even assist you the moment this trial ends. And furthermore, you still will not have a home here until your trial of adulthood is complete.
Very well. I've found some fairly good friends who are good at investigating, so I don't think it should be an issue.
In that case, Ralia, you agree to these terms? Ralia begrudgingly nods, looking somewhat annoyed, but agreeing to the terms. With that, I hereby clear Nira of all charges and move to vote upon the fate of going to war with Rim, effective immediately. Have you all reached your decision?
I look to Helema.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe we had something agreed upon.
OOC, refresh my memory.
Kojiro asked to be present for when the vote was set because he has information.
That's no problem. That's not being denied. They're holding it immediately. They're holding it right here, right now on the spot.
I can tell you all for definitive proof with added evidence I've just received, thanks to a friend. You're not being invaded. You're being antagonized.
Could you please present this?
I explained through the letter that I show. Someone in Rem, and not one of the generals, but a lord, is organizing training exercise going dangerously close to your lands. Aside from that, the blockade, there's nothing else going on. Odd, isn't it? Rem's normal tactics are very quick and efficient. So why a blockade and no invasion?
You know, that's a good question.
As I said to Elema when she asked, my brothers would not handle this way. You'd have already seen them coming. This is the work of a single lord, not Rem itself. They are not united.
And I would say this goes even further beyond Rem.
Right, possibly.
In fact, I would dare say that if your lord is acting, he may be acting as an agent of this other power, looking to antagonize.
If he is, me and my three brothers would be very anxious to find out who.
I'm sure they would, and seeing as how they are your people, I would extend you the same courtesy as you have extended to us and allow you to clean up your own mess of your own people as we just have here. Are we all in agreement that we are not going to war with Rim? And everyone stands up, every one of the elders stands up in unison, effectively symbolizing that they are not going to war with Rim.
It will be a lot more difficult for me now to do things as I would in Rem. I'll do what I can. Thank you for not going to war with my people.
This trial is hereby dismissed. And all of you are free to leave. Nira, we will allow you to spend the evening here before you leave, if you so choose. But you will be required to leave when the sun is at its highest tomorrow.
I am appreciative that I can say goodbye this time. And I also thank you for the privilege to finally take the name that I've been using all this time.
Consider this a courtesy for what you've just been through. We accept it provisionally upon the completion of your trial.
That works for me.
You are all free to go.
I'll approach Halima, like, 1v1 and be like, if it's okay, I'd like to roam the streets in something that's not armor.
We'll get to that in just a second. We'll get to that in just a moment here. Because you're approaching the council at this point, correct, Mal?
Yes, because of how he likes to do things.
Give me just a moment on that. Marasi, what are you doing?
I need to go find Falar.
Hey, I'm going to bake. If you need to know where I'm going, I went
You're
to
good.
visit my sister. Goodbye.
You're good. Yeah, you're good if you need to leave.
She left.
Yep, no worries. Okay, so Marasi, you're looking for Falar, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Falar's right over there.
Cool. Hey, so you were listening, yeah?
Oh my god, thank goodness. I'm just glad this whole thing's over.
Yeah. It's not quite over. You still have the thing, by the way.
Sorry, say again.
You did know the book they were talking about. That's the one you showed me, right? The one that you've had the entire time? I say very quietly, no one else can hear me.
Hold on, wait, what? What? Wait, are you saying that Falar has a book? Is that what you're saying?
You showed me the book. Back at the university.
I'm trying to remember.
I think it happened in chat, actually. It didn't happen in the session.
No, different book. Different.
Is it?
That's not the book that you were accused of stealing.
Damn it, what book am I accused of stealing then?
Name them!
Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on.
It's called The Book That Must Not Be Named. The other ones are the book with the no title, and that one is the book that's slightly square.
Listen, Mike, I can think up names for them.
They are intentionally supposed to be without title is the problem.
Well, now the
Well, that's
problem
not
is...
helping anyone.
Okay, so here's the thing, like, honest to God, this is what's happened. This is what I've thought the entire time. That
Mhm.
okay, I have one book,
You do.
the memory stealing book.
You do.
There is the other book that was in the library that I had thought that Falar had stolen and brought with him to the university to study. That he told me was the reason why it was exiled in the first place.
No. Okay. Now I'm on the same page with you. No. Magnus has that book now.
Magnus has that book. What the?
What do you
wait
mean
a
I have
minute.
that
Forget
book?
the fact that we picked one
Oh,
up.
okay.
That's-
So,
Yeah.
okay,
That's the book Magnus currently has.
okay,
So I am the one that has to be kicked in the head.
cool. That's the easy part then.
Yep.
No
Oh,
worries.
no. I don't want to
Also-
get kicked in the head.
No, I'm not gonna kick you in the head.
Listen,
Oh.
I'll be honest.
I'm gonna ask nicely.
I know that they don't have names, but the elves have to have some way of keeping track of which
Colors. Give them colors.
Fine.
Say-
That's fine. We'll get that post session.
Okay.
Sounds good.
But I like my book.
You like your unnamed book.
I like my
Could
book.
we just show it to them and say that it was given to us? No takesy backsies? Or I just don't. Or I just live in exile, which is the other option.
I mean,
Oh, but I
right
don't
now
like
they've
that
pretty
option.
much told you that they don't. The only book that they seem to care about is the book that they're looking for.
The book that Magnus has.
No, not
No.
the book that Magnus has.
Wait.
The book. Okay, so.
What color is the book that Marasi has? And what color is the book that Magnus has?
Okay, the color of book that Magnus has is. Okay, we'll just go ahead and make colors. Rossi, the one that you have is green.
Okay.
Magnus, the one that you have is red.
Okay.
The one that they're looking for is black.
Ooh. Okay.
How about that? Does that work?
Yes.
Yes.
Now we have an
Okay.
identifier.
Okay.
I'm painting mine purple as soon as I can.
Don't change the color! I'm gonna be so confused!
Yes.
Magnus, you have access to illusion magic. Make it purple yourself.
I only have prestidigit. I have
be right back.
prestidigitation.
I would help you in this.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so I need to find a book that doesn't. I don't know where it is then. So I don't know where this book is. I was like, oh yeah, this is an easy trial. This will be totally easy. It'll take 5 minutes. No, it's not. Okay. Noted. Got it.
Okay. So
You're still in exile forever.
recapping. Rossi, the book that you've had this entire time is the green book.
Okay.
You have never had any other book in your possession.
No, I have
direct
not.
possession.
Correct.
Magnus, okay. The book that was shown to you at the university was the red book. Magnus currently has the red book in his possession. The black book you have never seen. The black book is the one that they have been searching for. Are we all on the same page?
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
Depends on what book you have.
God damn it, not this again.
I know what I've got. I
Who's on
remember this.
first?
I remember this part at least.
Who's
Just
on
give
first?
me 5 minutes.
Move on.
Wait,
Move
wait.
on.
Forget completely.
I have an idea. We turn Magnus book black, we give it to them, and then we run away.
But Magnus,
That
Okay.
this is
will most certainly not work.
Okay.
They're going to
Okay.
know.
Okay. Let's bring this back in. Move along.
okay.
Move along.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So in that
'Cause
case,
I'm on a timetable
I
right
didn't
now.
need to talk to Fuller then.
I mean, you
Right,
might want to still
wanna-
talk to
Yeah.
I
Falar.
still want to talk to Fuller, but not right now. I don't.
You
Think.
might still want to hear what Falar has to say.
What do you have to say, Fuller?
Did you get the book that we left for you?
Yes. Yes, we did.
Where is it? Don't show it to me, but
No.
do
Yeah. It's with us here.
okay. You
Why?
you need to get it out of these lands as soon as possible.
Yeah, there seems to be a very large population of dangerous books here in the city.
No. There's only 3 of them, and none of them currently exist in the city. Well, other than the 2 that you have right now. But you need to get them out of the city.
Do you know where the third one is?
No, unfortunately.
Oh.
But
We have to look for it, apparently.
yeah, well, I've been told to tell you to look. I'm gonna actually pull up the map here. Let me pull it up because it is. Here it is. I've been told to tell you to head to Proxima.
Oh, to Proxima.
To what end, I don't know, but I've been told to tell you to head there. From there, I don't know.
Can we have a
Shift ping.
It's way, way to the west.
I went through there on my way to the college.
Shift ping will bring us all
Good,
there.
good. Then you'll know you'll be able to guide them there. Oh, while you're there,
Unfortunately, no.
unfortunately,
Fine.
no.
It's me in a different direction. I intend to chase who's responsible for all this and make sure they pay.
I see.
So I'm sorry, Hira, but this is where we part ways.
I know someone who could direct us to Proxima. He's from there originally. We'll get directions, it's fine.
Excellent. In that case, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Fuller. It's good to see you again. Despite despite how things went today, I guess.
Yeah,
Raleigh was very mean.
Switching back to, the rest of the group. Other than Kojiro for just a moment, what is the rest of the group doing?
Getting our goddamn weapons back.
Yes, get your weapon.
How long do we
Volunteer
have?
be getting
Get
his
your
weapons back and probably talking either in private or in public, depending on what you want, about the price of housing.
Getting that summer home, huh?
Aren't you
I'll let
supposed
Magnus
to be
talk
mute?
first.
How much time do we have? Like
One
downtime?
one day until Marasi is forced back into exile.
Well, in that case, I am going to find somewhere to sit. Quiet, secluded, potentially far off from any pries.
Okay.
And I'm going to have a bit of a read.
Okay.
Both. Good.
Shifting back to Kojiro. Kojiro, you're attempting to approach the council again?
Yes, to see if I can work with them to find who this traitor or this person that seeks everyone to die is.
I've been told that you might want to return to. I've been told to seek the largest man you can possibly find, and that.
I am well aware of who the largest man I've ever met is. He's a very nice person, surprisingly.
Well, I've at least. I've been told to some degree that there is some level of misunderstanding here. And that while things are still happening, at the very least for this specific purpose, your presence has been requested back in your homeland. Without prejudice to your prior concerns.
I'm actually thankful to return home. I know I'm not alone there now.
I can't speak to that, but
I
if you
can.
can figure out who is, if you can figure out whoever's trying to antagonize us, then perhaps both of our nations would be in a better place.
I'll do now continue what I did 5 years ago. More free elves is always a good thing.
Then in that case, I would ask you to leave upon the same timetable that I've requested your friend to leave. Hopefully everyone is successful in their endeavors.
Yes.
Thank you, and best of luck to you.
I'll need it. And best of luck to you and your people.
She nods back at you.
I'm gonna look through my things to see if I have anything to wear that isn't armor.
I mean, you've got all your stuff. You've not lost anything. You pick up
All
your
right.
weapons and whatnot.
Probably when we find a place to stay, I'm gonna change out my armor and actually walk around and get to meet some of the people.
Okay. Which can happen between sessions.
Yep.
For the rest of the party. Actually, I think this is a fantastic time to stop the session. This is a great stopping point.
Yep.
Well, okay then. Phew! I am not gonna die. That's exciting. Okay, so life can go back to normal, kind of. So that was tense. At least for some of us, it was tense. But that is it for this week. We'll be back next week with more RPG. See where we go from here. I have to leave again, but that's fairly normal at this point. So, thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.